Alright, hey everybody, welcome back. Once again, it's your girl Jasmine. So I know I kind of look like a little rough this morning. I just got back from the store. So I have not done an update video in a while because, if you guys have not known, about 3 months ago, or when I rated my video of when I visited Florida, I came back and I had like no money. I was completely broke. I had no money whatsoever. So my prayer was back then that I'd be able to save up a good chunk of money so that I'd be able to buy a car and get an apartment. And I known that I was gonna move to Florida, but I hadn't gotten to that point where God had opened up the doors to be able to do that. So my prayer was I'd be able to save up a certain amount of money in a few months, because basically the job that I had made, I wanted to make what I had made from the beginning to the middle of the year in a short amount of time. And so God did that for me. A calculator cannot figure out how he did this, but he did this. And I've actually exceeded over the amount in which it is that I expected from, well, God, I exceeded it. Like, he did this. Like, it's amazing. Um, so all my stuff is packed to move. Of course, I have like Subway boxes. Because if you guys didn't know, I am actually, my night job is shift leader at Subway. But Subway has actually taught me a lot of things. Learning to depend on people. And my boss is like a husband and wife couple, and they've shown me like a relationship between a man and a woman, and how, like, especially his wife is such a dedicated woman, and they're hard workers and they work together as a great team, and I just love their relationship and it's very great. So for me, it's something that I needed to see in my life because yeah, that's something that I haven't been able to see ever. And then over here, you guys can see, then I have my bins, and I have some more bins to the side, and then right here, and that's not really me. Sorry, you guys. It's been one of those mornings. Probably I worked 60 hours at one job this week, 10 hours at another, so that's 70. And then I worked 25, so 80, 90, 95 hours this week. So I'm very, very busy, very, so that's a lot. So, I kind of like want to like tell you guys how good God is in life. So basically, all these like bags on my bed. What happened to me is the job that I work at, because I work at a residential with people with disabilities. Um, and so they end up giving me a gift card for Thanksgiving to a grocery store, but the grocery store that they gave it to me for is not in Florida. So what I decided to do was stock up on like Windex and aluminum foil, sandwich bags, trash bags. I got a lot of uh, like, uh, what are those things? Cupcake pans, sheet pans, and stuff like that. The ones that are not like the throwaway ones, the ones that are solid, so that I could use $100 somewhere else because they didn't give me $100 gift card. So it was a blessing. So I just got back from the store. I'm about to unpack that, but all in all, like, I'm very excited. So I kind of want to read you guys out the Bible of what it kind of reminds me of, because in my life I've been going through a great famine, like a famine, and I had to, like, through this famine, it has taught me how to really understand myself. And I think, like, until you really like are left with nothing, you can't really find out who you are. Like, you really have to be at a place where it's like just you. Like, you think about the prodigal son. Like, I got to a place in my life where I had to face the fact that I had to find out who I was, and that's what I did this year on my journey. I found out who I was. I found out, nobody's gonna tell me different of who I am. I know who I am. I love myself. Like, I'm not gonna change for people because this is who I am. And so like during times of famine, I think you're kind of left with, okay, who am I really, and where did I really come from, and what's going on around me, and you're more aware of, like, when you have a lot of stuff, your stuff kind of defines you, and so God had me throw away all my stuff and get rid of all my stuff, so that I could actually find myself, because stuff cannot define me. My degree couldn't define me, and I would have defined myself with my degree. I'm a social worker, okay, but who is Jasmine, without her degree, without her material things, without all that other stuff. And so I was able to figure that out, without all my clothes that I had, or, and I've learned that I don't really need a lot of clothes to be happy, or like I'll wear one pair of sneakers, and be content in that. And then once those sneakers are bad, I'll throw it. Like, there's so much that I've learned. So, which society, makes you think differently, but it's all right. So I'm gonna kind of read you guys what it kind of reminds me of in 2 Kings chapter 8. It says, "And then Elijah unto the woman whose son he had restored to life, saying, Arise and go to thine household, and sojourn wheresoever thou canst sojourn, for the Lord hath called the famine, and it shall also come upon the land 7 years. And the woman arose and did after the saying of the man, and she went with her household, and sojourned in the land of the Philistines 7 years. And it came to pass at the 7 years end that the woman returned out of the land of the Philistines, and she went forth to cry unto the king for her house and her land. And the king talked to Gehazi, and the servant of the man of God, saying, Tell me, I pray thee, all the great things which Elijah hath done. And it came to pass, as he was telling the king how he had restored the dead body to life, that behold, the woman whose son had restored to life cried to the king and for her house and for her land. And Gehazi said, O my lord, O king, this is the woman, and this is her son whom Elisha restored to life. And when the king asked the woman, she told him. So the king appointed unto her certain officers, saying, Restore all that was hers, and all the fruits of the field, since the day that she left the land, even until now. So basically, the woman who had lost everything within the famine was getting everything restored back to her. And I mean, God has been so good to me. I mean, even to a point where, like, I can't even explain, like, I got, like, like the Venus razors and stuff like that, like the really, like, I will never go back. But I'm a couponer, so I got $60 worth of razors for $10. And I got, like, toothpaste. I got so much toothpaste. I have enough deodorant for a year. Like, God is just being so good. Like, everything that I have is enough to last me a year, or enough for me for when I first move into my place. Like, it's just been a blessing, every time I turn around, I'm just getting blessed in another way, and I'm just so excited to see what God has in store for me. So that's kind of what's going on in my life. The gift card was a blessing I never expected. When my job gave me the gift card, I was thinking, okay, well, it's probably gonna be like, a few dollars, like maybe $20, just for a little something something. And it was like $100, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, like that's like, I can now, be able, because I have to like basically like get all new furniture, because God had me get rid of all my furniture. So I'm starting over from scratch. So just seeing the doors that are being opened as I'm on my journey, like, it's crazy. Like, I never thought, okay, God would, like, give me all that, like, like, I wish, and it's not like everyone's like, oh yeah, well, you're gonna get secondhand stuff, like, God's not giving me secondhand stuff. He's giving me the best. Like, it's just crazy. Every time I turn around, he's just supplying my needs, and I'm just very thankful for what it is that he's giving me. I don't care if it's not secondhand stuff. I'm appreciative of whatever it is that God gives me, but he's giving me the best, and I'm very appreciative at that. You know, it just reminds me of the prodigal, and the family came back home, and God gave him his best of what it was. And you know, it's just great to know that God is good, and just watching everything unfold as my journey to where it is that God has taken me is coming not to an end, but to a beginning, to a better start, a fresh start in a new place. So I thank you guys for watching my update, and I'm going to go put my stuff away because I just got back from the store and organized everything. All right, you guys. I'll keep you guys updated. God bless.